Somebody making $120,000 a year should not be one missed paycheck away from disaster. And yet, right now, in this country, nearly 2 out of every 3 people earning 6 figures say they're basically living paycheck to paycheck. Not broke people, not minimum wage workers. Doctors, engineers, managers, people who did everything they were told to do to be financially secure. So what's actually going on here? My name is David, and I spend way too much time thinking about money and why the numbers on paper never seem to match how people actually feel about their bank account. If you've ever made more money than you used to and somehow feel just as stressed, this one's for you. Hit subscribe if you want more breakdowns like this. Here's the number that should stop you in your tracks. Nearly half of Americans earning over $200,000 a year are relying on credit cards just to get through the month. $200,000. That's not a typo. These are households in the top 5% of earners in the entire country, and almost half of them are financing groceries and gas on plastic. So if it's not about income, what is it about? The first answer is the one nobody wants to admit: lifestyle creep. The moment income goes up, spending quietly follows it up the exact same staircase. You get a raise, and suddenly the studio apartment becomes a 2-bedroom. The reliable sedan becomes a lease on something German. The 2-week vacation becomes an international one, twice a year. None of these decisions feel reckless in the moment. Each one feels like a reasonable reward for working hard. But stack them up and your expenses have quietly climbed just as fast as your paycheck, sometimes faster. And the gap between what you earn and what you keep never actually gets wider. Here's the part that makes this so sneaky. Lifestyle creep doesn't feel like overspending. It feels like normal life, because everyone around you making similar money is doing the exact same thing. Your coworker just bought a house in a neighborhood that costs more than it should. Your friend just got the newest SUV. Nobody's flaunting it exactly, it's just what people at this income level apparently do. And so the version of normal you're measuring yourself against keeps sliding further out of reach, even as your income climbs to meet it. The second driver is something economists have started calling the financial vortex, and it's brutal for high earners specifically. Housing, healthcare, and childcare have grown so much faster than wages that even a strong 6-figure salary gets swallowed before it hits savings. A single year of daycare in some cities costs more than in-state college tuition. A modest 3-bedroom house in a decent school district can run a mortgage payment north of $4,000 a month. Add employer healthcare premiums that keep climbing every single year, and you can watch a $150,000 salary evaporate before a single dollar reaches an investment account. Here's what's really unfair about this. The exact things that used to signal financial success, a house, a good school district, reliable healthcare, are now the exact things draining 6-figure earners dry. It's not that people are being irresponsible, it's that the cost of a normal, stable life has outpaced income growth for over a decade. But there's a third factor, and this one is more psychological than financial. Economists call it social comparison. When you're making 6 figures, you're no longer comparing your spending to people making minimum wage. You're comparing yourself to other 6-figure earners, and often to people who look wealthier than they actually are. Nobody posts their credit card balance on social media. They post the vacation, the new car, the renovated kitchen. So the 6-figure earner sitting at home, feeling behind, has no idea that the person they're comparing themselves to is also one bad month away from a credit card statement they can't fully pay off. This creates an invisible arms race where everyone thinks everyone else has it figured out and nobody actually does. Here's the mindset shift that breaks this cycle. Stop measuring your financial health against your income bracket and start measuring it against your actual numbers. What percentage of your income is fixed, unavoidable expenses like housing and debt? What percentage is lifestyle spending that quietly grew alongside your paycheck? Most people in this position have never actually run these numbers. They just feel the stress without understanding where it's coming from. The uncomfortable truth is that a 6-figure income was never designed to be a finish line. It's a tool, and tools only work if you're intentional about how you use them. The person making $200,000 who automates their savings before lifestyle creep gets a vote will build more wealth than the person making the same amount who lets every raise get absorbed the moment it arrives. If this explains something you've been feeling but couldn't quite name, subscribe because we're going to break down exactly how to catch lifestyle creep before it catches you.